as you can see, I'm not actually walking to the movies. That's because I've already been to the movies. But it was too windy to record my thoughts on what I've just seen. And what I've just seen is How to Train Your Dragon. So let me tell you about How to Train Your Dragon. This is obviously a live action adaptation of, what a weird sentence, a live action adaptation of the 2010 animated film based on the books by Cressida Cowell. The original film was directed by Dean DeBrois and Chris Sanders. Dean DeBrois is directing this film as well. And, you know, it's a live action adaptation. It's the first time that a DreamWorks property has been turned into a live action film, which is interesting because obviously that's been Disney's business model now for about 10 years. I think Cinderella was about 2015 and that kind of really kicked things off. So it's interesting that they now decided that that's what they're going to do as well. They're going to do exactly what Disney have done. Fair play to them for doing it. I really like the trilogy of films. My daughter, who's a big fan of the books, enjoys the films but loves the book series, possibly more than even the films. And I think there's like 14 books or so. There's quite a few books. But this is very much based on the film, to the extent that this live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon is essentially a remake of the animated film. And I mean that like literally, like there is so much that is similar to the original film. The storyline is, you know, the same as the first film. But unlike Lilo and Stitch, where they did take a few more liberties with the original film, this one is very, very safe. It's very, very identical at times to the original cartoon. And even with that, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this film. When I saw Lilo and Stitch the other week, I said that I wasn't too sure. I knew I enjoyed it, but I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I had expected to. I've now seen it a second time. I did enjoy it more the second time. And I, you know, it was a good film. I wasn't saying it was a bad film. It was just that, you know, maybe I was expecting a bit more from it. This gives you even less, because at least with Lilo and Stitch, there were some changes there, quite significant changes that changed how the film was. But with this, it is very much like it's the cartoon being brought to life. But they do it in such a good way. Like, it is filmed really well. The effects are great. The dragons look incredible in the live action setting, especially Toothless, of course. But they are very, very similar to their cartoon counterparts to me, especially Toothless. Like, it's almost like they've taken just the animated footage and put it in a film like Mary Poppins would have done. But, you know, even with that, even though the fact it is so similar, I really enjoyed it. I think this film works really well in a live action setting. You know, I love the film, the original film, because I enjoyed the story and I enjoyed the characters. And this is a great adaptation. You know, the only thing, you know, its biggest negative, its biggest weakness is the fact that it is so similar to that original cartoon. But for an audience that hasn't seen that original version, and it happens, right? That's one of the reasons why I do this as well. But for people that aren't familiar with the original animated film, this is going to bring them into that world. And, you know, there are some people that don't like cartoons. You know, there are people that I know haven't seen the How to Train Your Dragon series because it's animated. So they will see these films. And there is already going to be a sequel. So there's that as well. So look, I really enjoyed it. And, you know, I think if you are a fan of the original films, or if you are somebody that didn't see the animated films and are kind of interested in seeing this, you don't need to see the cartoon to enjoy this film. You can go and see this without having any knowledge of anything. Like, unlike Minecraft, you can go into this knowing nothing and kind of like just seeing everything unfold and making sense to you. So I really liked it. It's a 3 out of 4. And, you know, I hope you give it a chance. As I said, they've already announced a sequel, so that is coming out in 2 years' time. I think pre-production's already started on it, so they're obviously expecting this to be a big hit. And I hope it is for them. You know, I do I do understand the argument of why are we doing live action films of animated classics. I do get that, and it's something I've complained of myself. But when they do it well, when they do it good, I forgive them because it's worth it. It makes sense. So yeah, I enjoyed How to Train Your Dragon. I hope you do. If you choose to see it, let me know in the comments below if you did or didn't. I did go and see this in 4DX 3D. I saw the last How to Train Your Dragon film in 4DX and really enjoyed it. This was pretty intense though. So if you haven't seen a 4DX film before, this may not be the best starting point to do so, because it is quite, it chucks you around quite a bit. That said, I had my bag in the chair next to me. It didn't fall off once. So, I mean, you feel like you're moving around a lot, but you know, you should be fine. But if I was choosing a format to watch in now, I've seen it in 4DX, I think I would have gone for IMAX, personally. I think it would look really, it looked good in 4DX 3D. It would look even better in IMAX or IMAX 3D. So if you're choosing to see this in a premium format, that's what I would go towards, rather than a 4DX on this occasion. But that's just me. But yeah, 3 out of 4, thoroughly enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts, and until next time, remember that Flynn lives.